Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Susan, and we're going to do a nice little gentle hatha yoga class today. So I want you to sit comfortable on your sit bones. If you find it challenging to sit cross-legged, you can sit any way you'd like, whatever's good for you. All right. So we're going to start with our breathing, and I always remind you, excuse me, on just kind of a refresher on the breathing, because the breathing is so important. And that's the basis of our practice, all right? So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Nice, long, full, smooth breath. Inhale completely. Always try and suspend your breath for a couple of seconds and exhale fully. So just try and slow things down, but also try to relax. And that's also sometimes challenging too, but relax and breathe. And I will cue you on the breathing when I say the next exhale or your next exhale is when we breathe. We always move on the exhale, all right? And of course, listen to your body, do what you can. If it doesn't feel good, if it's going to cause you pain or aggravate a condition, think about it before you try it and just skip it all together if it's not going to work for you, all right? But otherwise, just relax. Okay, let's see what we can do together. Now, I have a little block that I use. If you don't have a block, I'll show you how to work without it, the one particular movement. And then I also, for my classes, supply a little padding, extra padding for your knees or your wrists, or even if you want to sit on it. Makes it a little more comfortable if that's what you need to do. All right, so comfortable in your sit bones, back is nice and straight, shoulders are relaxed. For our pranayama today, we're going to sit in Gaya Mudra. Every week, I choose a different mudra, different hand gesture. And if it's not your thing, just put your hands on your lap. Don't worry about it, all right? So today we're going to breathe in Gaya Mudra. Index finger connected with the thumb, palms up, resting comfortably on your lap. Gaya Mudra is knowledge and ability. Together impulse calm, receptivity, and inner peace. Close your eyes. Let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune out. Try to relax those shoulders. Breathe. Continue on your own personal pranayama for the next 2 minutes. Just try to slow things down. Now's the time to drop your day and settle your mind and to set an intention for your practice today. Focus on any situation in your life that needs guidance from your higher self. It's time to lower the heart rate, lower our blood pressure, and lower our anxiety level. Try to find stillness in mind and body. One more big, beautiful breath. And on the next exhale, let's bring our hands together now and let's rub and vigorously activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center. Close your eyes. And let's take a nice, long, smooth breath together. Just to tune everything out. One more breath. And on the next exhale, let's drop 3 fingers, index fingers together, preparing for Jupiter Mudra. Sitting nice and tall, take a big breath. And on the exhale, if you can, let's see if we can reach right up to the ceiling. If this is hard on your shoulders, bring your arms down. You can put them anywhere you'd like, or a little bit lower anyway. Reach. Let's wake up that physical body. Let's release that spine. Breathe. Breathing into Jupiter Mudra, which is good luck and expansion, our activated when together. Focus your energies on breaking through barriers. One more breath. On the exhale, hands together, and I'd like you to bring them shoulder height. Now, let me show you first what we're going to do. So this one is called a seated hand clap. This is specifically for mobility, range of motion of the shoulder. So let me show you first, and then I'll give you another way to do it. So you're going to inhale, you're just going to reach back. As far as you can go that's comfortable for you, you're going to exhale, come forward. Now, again, if you've got issues with your shoulder, just move it a little bit, find a place that feels good. Find your edge. You don't have to go all the way. And if you find that you want to bring your arms down a little bit for comfort, absolutely, but not any higher than your shoulders. Let's go. Right arm, inhale, release. And exhale. So even though we're really releasing, waking up, warming up the shoulders, left one, inhale. You can feel a beautiful stretch into the pectorals, the muscles under the arms, into the upper back as well. Right one again, inhale. Just relax the shoulders while you're doing this if you can. One more time. Left inhale. Exhale. Hands together. Inhale up. Exhale into a back bend or just reach up to the ceiling, whatever feels good for you. Whatever you can manage comfortably. Breathe. Reach. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly bring the arms down, put them on the floor right in front of you. All right, so from here, we're going to be leaning forward. So I'd like you to try and keep your back straight, hinging at the hips. If you want to bow your head a little for this one, you can. So on the next exhale, I want you to lean forward. Now, if you can't go very far, just bend your elbows and just stay right here. Some of you can go a little deeper. You can come down on the forearm, and some of you want to go a little bit further than that. You can reach right out. Find a place that feels comfortable for you, that you can easily manage. And let's start releasing and lengthening the spine, the muscles up and down your back. Shoulders. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low, and I want you to shift your body weight to the left. Weights on the left thigh, right hip on the floor. Now here again, we're going to really start waking up the right side of the body. So if you can't go very far in the stretches, don't worry about it, because where you are is where you need to be. If you find that it's comfortable and you want to go a little further, absolutely. But always remember that you move on the exhale. So if you find you want to go a little further, see how it feels. And if it doesn't feel good, you can always back up. One more breath. On the next exhale, stay low and let's shift our body weight slowly to the right. Weights on the right thigh, left hip on the floor. Relax the shoulders. And here again, maybe this is the side of your body that doesn't go very far. It's a little tighter. So that's okay. Listen to your body. Respect, honor how your body feels, how it moves, where you are, what you're doing. And while we're here, let's recognize and release the tension we hold in our face. So I want you to squeeze your face, scrunch it up, make a funny face if you want. Make it as tight as you can. Hold it. Let it go. Relax your facial muscles. Push the tension through your body right into the ground. One more breath. Exhale. Come back to center. Come up slowly. Hands on the lap. Roll the shoulders out. This is such a nice release. I was coming back from Toronto yesterday, so I was in the car all day. So this is perfect for me as well. Roll the shoulders out. Release those shoulders. When you roll the shoulders out, you're really working on releasing the tension that we hold in the shoulders into the upper body. And it also increases circulation into the upper body. All right, and it's just really something that just feels good. The more you do it, the better you feel. All right, let's keep going. Left hand on the floor beside the left knee. So this is where our little block comes in. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to do this particular stretch. So the deepest version is elbow on the floor, arms up to the ceiling, without the right hip coming off. Now, if that's really not going to feel good for you, this is where our little helper block comes in. What it'll do is it just brings the floor up a little bit higher. So you can rest your elbow on the block. It's a little easier. Now, if you don't have a block, just put your hand out a little further and bend the elbow. Same idea, all right? So let's see what we can do here. So decide where you want to put the left hand. Right hand on the right knee. Let's inhale, right arm up, and exhale. Arm is nice and lined up to the side of your body. So try to be aware that you're not kind of, all crooked and forward or back as best you can. If you find that you're not super straight and you can't go any further, please don't force your body. And I want you to find a place where you can, again, easily manage without straining. And those of you who want to go deeper, of course, you can reach a little more, a little further. Now in this position here, if your elbow's on the floor or on the block, try to make sure your elbow and shoulder are nice and lined up, being aware of your alignment. On the next exhale, right hand to right knee, stay in this position with the left elbow. And on the exhale, push away on the right knee, bring that right shoulder a little bit closer to the left knee. Just until you feel that upper back release, shoulder and all the way down. You can keep your arm straight, you can soften the elbow, it doesn't matter. You'll know when you get to the right place because it feels good, it feels right. Let's release from here. Exhale, bend the elbow, come to center and come up slowly. Okay, let's go to the other side. So if you're using a little helper block, take it with you, set it up, make sure that you're comfortable on your sit bones. Left hand on left knee, right hand into position. Let's inhale, left arm up. And exhale. Remember to move your body slowly, carefully, and very gently. There's no rush, it's not a race. One more breath. Exhale, left hand to left knee. And on the exhale, push away. Again, you don't have to go deep to get an effective stretch. Some people naturally have to go further. Some people barely move and they're good to go. So it doesn't mean that if you're not super deep that you're not getting the stretch that you need. Not at all. On the exhale, bend the elbow, come to center and come up slowly. Okay, so we're going to stay in this position just a little bit longer. Let's do a seated twist pose from here. So now we're going to work our spine very gently. So right hand on left knee, left hand behind the back. All we're going to do here is you're going to look over the left shoulder. Now, be very gentle and careful if you have issues with your back or your spine. You don't have to torque your back or your neck. You move very slowly. So, ready? Take a breath. And on the exhale, look over the left shoulder. Now, if it feels good, make sure your back is straight. Relax your shoulders. If you find that you want to go a little further, a little extra stretch, just push on the knee a little bit to the right. You'll get a little bit of an extra stretch, but you decide what you need. Keep breathing. Same breath. Every breath you take is the same. Every move you make, the breath is there. On the exhale, let's release. We're going to go right away to the other side. So counter pose, left hand on right knee, right hand behind the back. Take your breath. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Really focusing on our spine, keeping it strong and balanced and supple, flexible. One more breath. Release from here, exhale. All right, now let's release those legs a little bit. So what we're going to do here now is we're going to get into our little butterfly or bound angle pose. So make sure you've got room between the heels and the groin area. So this is a lovely stretch for the inner thighs, starting to open up the hips a little bit, releasing those tight buttocks, the tight glutes, and the pelvic floor groin area as well. So again, I'm going to give you 3 ways to do this one here. The deepest version is hands on the ankles, elbows on the knees, leaning forward. If you prefer just to sit like this, you don't have to do anything. Just sitting like this, you should feel it anyway. Or if you want to try something different, put your hands on the floor beside your hips. Bring the shoulder blades together a little bit. Try to relax your legs, and then this way you get a little extra stretch into your chest, so it's a bonus stretch into the chest. So again, try to relax your legs and thighs. I'm going to do the deeper version as well. So again, whatever version you decide to work with, try to keep your back straight, head level with your spine. So try not to bow your head and round your back if you can help it, all right? Let's go. Big breath. On the exhale, I'm going to lean forward a little bit. Now, if you're doing it this way, a little bit of pressure on the knees is okay. Don't slam down on the knees, all right? Very gentle with the knees. You don't want to force the stretch. And if you find that you want to go further, just lean forward a little bit more. Look at the floor. And some of you want to go even further than that. If you open up your feet a little bit as you're leaning, it'll get a little deeper, a little more intense. So you'll know where you need to go. Try to relax your thighs, your hips. One more breath. Excuse me. On the exhale, come up very, very slowly. All right, I want you to bring the knees up. Let's open up the legs now, nice and wide into a nice big V. Okay, now stretch the legs out. Make sure the toes are pointing up to the ceiling. So here again, I want you to put your hands right on the floor in front. So here again, keep your back straight, head level with your spine. We're always hinging at the hips. So all we're going to do here is you're going to lean forward. You can bend the elbows. Some of you want to crawl a little further, and some of you want to go right on the forearm. It depends on where you need to go. This is for the hamstring. This is the back of the leg, the knee, and the calf. So again, try not to round your back if you can help it. So let's see. This one can be a little bit more intense, so be very careful. Big breath. And on the exhale, lean forward. Now, if it feels good, see if you can go a little further. Every time you exhale, go a little further until you get to the edge, your edge. Now, wherever you are, I want you to think about how your knees and how your quads feel. If you find that they're really tight and locked up, let them go. Let it go. This is a very dynamic stretch. You should feel it just sitting like this. Most people have very tight hamstrings. Very important to start really releasing that. One more breath. Exhale, push yourself up very slowly. Okay, let's get those legs together now. So very carefully and slowly. Okay, now this is our staff pose. So this is a very neutral place, a resting place. So I want you to sit nice and tall first, and then I want you to point your toes, like get a little stretch on the top of the foot while we're here. So again, being aware of your posture. So sitting nice and tall, relax the shoulders. All right, let's work some hands and feet before we go any further. So we're just gonna start with the right hand first. So just reach out, keep it nice and low. We're gonna focus on the forearm, the wrist, the hands, and the fingers. The fingers are open on the exhale, and just bend at the wrist. Take a breath. And exhale, just turn it slightly out to the baby finger. So this is a very nice, gentle stretch for the extensor muscles, forearm, wrist, hands, and fingers. One more breath. Exhale, straighten hand, bring it up. Now, right fingertips on the tip of the left and just bring the hand back gently. Again, super gentle. And if you know that if you have issues with your fingers or your hands or any part of your body, when we get to that place that we're working at, try it. And if it really doesn't feel good, just stop. Don't be shy. Or just kind of make a little adjustment and find a place that feels good. Even if it's a little different looking than what I'm doing, because it's not necessarily how you look, it's how you feel. On the exhale, release left hand on the lap. Now I want you to relax your feet. Now, if you want, keep your heels on the floor. If you want a little calf stretch, you can get your heels off the floor. That's optional. Let's try this side here. Bring the right arm down, bend at the wrist, and just slightly turn out. Try to relax the shoulders. Let's focus on the forearm right now. Straighten that spine. Relax those shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, straighten, bring it up. Bring it back. Smile while you're breathing. Relax. And release. Now, heels on the floor. I want you to relax your legs. Relax those legs. Now, bring the hands up. Pardon me. Let's work the fingers. So all we're going to do today is, let me show you first, is you're just going to kind of fold your fingers in until you get to a really loose fist. And then you're going to open them up. But I want you to go in really slowly, super slow motion. So this way, you're really articulating all the little joints in your fingers. So if you think of it, it's not very often you work your hands slowly. So this way, you're really paying attention. So sitting tall, relax the shoulders. Let's focus on the fingers and the hands. Ready? Just start closing them. Super slow. If you find you want to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you want to watch your hands, go ahead and watch them. Into a loose fist, wrap your thumb around. And then when you're ready, let's see if we can open them up. And while you're doing this, I want you to really focus on exactly what you're doing. The rest of your body's completely relaxed. Focus on your fingers and your hands only. And then open them up. And then I want you to stretch them out. Stretch them out. From here, I want you to let them hang. Roll the wrists around gently. Play a little piano very slowly. You don't have to move just very gentle. Release the wrist and gently articulate. Move those little fingers around. Lovely. And then I want you to shake it out. Shake those hands out. Release the hands. Okay, great. Let's roll the shoulders out. Roll the shoulders out. All right. Now let's work those feet and ankles. So this is still our warm-up. We're just warming. We're going to warm everything up before we start moving. So sitting tall. So what we're going to do is just some ankle circles today. So let me show you first. All you're going to do is little circles round. And that's it. 3 one direction, 3 the other. Now, when you're articulating the ankle, try not to move your leg. If your leg wiggles a bit, don't worry about it, but not wobbling around too much, okay? Really focusing on just the ankle, and this is going to engage some lower leg muscles as well. So you can have your hands beside your hips. If you want to lean back and relax and do it that way, you can do it that way if you like. So open up the legs just a bit. See what we can do together. Ready? Go. Inhale around. When you exhale, pause, and then go again. You have to stop to take an inhale anyway. This way you follow the rhythm of the breath. You step away from momentum. So you have full control of everything you do. That's why the breath is so important. Breathe. Take that breath. Feel that breath. Be the watcher of your own breath. Let's do one more. One more nice big circle. And that's it. Now relax your legs. Let's play a little piano with the toes. Wiggle, even with socks on. It's easier to do with work without socks, but if you feel that you really need your socks on, you can keep them on. And let's add the fingers and let's round everything up. You can go a little faster with the wrists and the... Okay, so now we're nice and warmed up. We're going to very gently get into our table. So now we're going to get onto our hands and knees, excuse me, any way that you can. So this is where this little pad comes in that I always offer my students. So again, if you don't have a little pad, if you can use a little thin towel or a thin blanket, anything to make things more comfortable, absolutely. All right, so this is our table. So again, alignment, ankle to knee to hip, knees are hip distance apart, arms are lined up, head is level with your spine. This is going to work some spine. Inhale, head up, sacrum up, C-scoop, spine. Exhale as you arch the back, chin to chest, belly button to spine. Keep going, follow the breath, inhale up. So this is releasing, lengthening the spine, releasing upper back. This is a beautiful stretch for your lower back. Come up, breath and motion, cat and cow. Perfect. And let's do one more, all the way. When you finish your last move, position, whatever one it is, come back to center. We're going to stay here a little longer. If you find your wrists are getting a bit tired at this point, take a second, shake them out. If you want, you can go on your fists, and that just changes the angle of the wrist, makes it a little bit easier for you, a little more comfortable. So let's work the hip a little bit from here. So the next one is called the revolving tabletop. So from here, take a big breath, inhale. On the exhale, push the hip out to the right, look over the left shoulder. It's not a very big movement. It's a very gentle stretch for the hip. Let's swing our hip to the left. Ready? Exhale, swing to the left, look over the right shoulder. So this is a nice stretch for the abductor, the glute, the lower back. And again to the right, exhale, swing, look over the left shoulder. One last time, exhale, swing to the left. From here, come to center, preparing for child's pose. So I want you to open up your legs a little wider if you need to, and on the exhale, we can lean back. Now, make sure your head and your neck are properly supported all the time. So you can rest your forehead on your stacked fist. Some people like to rest their forehead on their block. Stacked hands are on the floor, all right? And let's rest. Child's pose Balasana is a resting place, a neutral place, and a wonderful, gentle, full body stretch. So let's take this time to thank ourselves for being here today. Taking the time and making the time out of your busy life, your busy week, just to come and hang out on your mat for a while. For whatever reason brings you here today. Maybe you just want a little stretch. Maybe you just want to, decompress, re-energize, and just take care of yourself. Turn your brain off for a while. No thoughts, no cares, no worries, no anxieties, no demands here either. Just you and me, you and I. One more breath. All right, so let's come back up to table very slowly. So now that we're nice and warmed up, we've got a nice flow today. This is going to be working a lot of hips and a lot of legs. So I'm going to demo two of the moves that we're going to do. So when we get to that place, if you decide you don't want to do the move, I'll give you a plan B. All right. So let me do a quick little demo. So the first one is going to be our lizard. All right. So the lizard, what we're going to do is you're going to come down here, hands on the inside. I'm going to do it with my left leg. I'm going to stretch up the right one. Hands are on the inside. I bring my right knee nice and low. Ankle and knee of the left leg are lined up. This is a lizard, all right? And then we're going to be doing a move called the pose dedicated to the god of war. So let me show you that one. Now, we're going to be coming out of a back bend. Hands on the floor. I'm taking my right leg and I'm bending the left knee a bit, and I'm going to slide it out as low as I can go. Pose dedicated to the god of war. This is a really deep stretch. All right. And that's it. So everybody up all the way off the floor. Now, the pose dedicated to the God of War is a really deep stretch for the hip, the inner thigh. So when we get to that place, you don't have to get into a full deep stretch. Sometimes I can go really deep, sometimes I can't, and that's how I want you to think as well. All right, so let's put that one aside for now, and let's keep going. So this is our mountain Tattasana. So feet are hip distance apart. I want you to roll the shoulders out, roll them out. Shake those hands out, shake those legs out, shake it out. Get rid of the kinks, all right? So let's see what we can do together, all right? So standing nice and tall, let's just take a couple of breaths right here. Slow everything down, slow down that heart rate, slow down the breathing. Now catch that breath again. If at any point you find you lose track of your breathing, sometimes that happens, just take a second and slow it down. And sometimes you have to kind of think about what you're doing or what position you're in, and maybe make a little adjustment, find a place where you're comfortable, and then get that breath going. I don't want you to hold your breath. That's the last thing you want to do. So let's inhale, right arm up, and exhale, lean to the left and do a nice little lateral stretch. One more breath. Exhale, come up, right arm all the way down. As you inhale, left one up, and then you can reach up, but if you want to lean a little bit, I get a nice little lateral flexion of the spine while you're here. One more breath. Exhale. Arms out, inhale up, exhale, back bend. Just make sure you can see me here. From here, prepare for ragdoll. I'm going to turn, when I just change positions, doesn't mean you have to. Just so that you can get a better view of me, soften the knees, hinging at the hips and hang out. So this is our ragdoll. Now you can go as low as you want or come up a little higher if you need to. Be very careful that this doesn't make you dizzy. If it does, come up even higher. Keep those knees soft. This is a really nice stretch, full body stretch. Lovely. Coming back up. Exhale slowly, reverse the blood flow so you don't get dizzy. Great. All right, so coming to the very top of the mat, preparing for pyramid with the right leg. Take a breath on the exhale, step back, right leg, big step. Excuse me. Back foot's on a bit of an angle. Left leg nice and straight. Excuse me, now I'm losing my voice. Hips are square, everything's nice and straight. Always do a little test when you get into your pyramid, just so you know you're nice and anchored to the floor. Hips are square, let's go. Inhale up and exhale, big breath. Exhale, hinging at the hips, fold over, both hands on the knee. So this is engaged pyramid. I'm gonna go this way so you can see me. Now, this is can be a very deep hamstring stretch. Some people can go a little further. And if you find that you need to bend your knees for comfort, absolutely. That's what I mean by making little adjustments. Warrior two. Exhale, bend the knee, find your lunge. Come up, left arm to the front, right to the back. Back is straight. Arms are shoulder height, looking at the tips of the left fingers. All right. So from here, we're going to try that lizard, all right? So on the exhale, windmill, right arm down, come down. Both hands on the floor on the inside of the left foot. You see how I'm sliding my leg down all the way. Now the deeper version to this is to bend the elbows. If you want to go further, you can bend the elbows if you like, or keep your arms straight. Lizard. Now I'm going to do an extended side angle from here. Turn the right foot, leave the left hand where it is. You can put it on your foot if you want. Right arm up. Extended side angle. Preparing for V straddle split. On the exhale, straighten left leg. Stay half folded. Both hands on the back of the leg. Fold over, slide the hands down. You can go as low as you want. Come up a little higher if this is going to make you dizzy. All right. Now, we're We're going to do the pose dedicated to the God of War. If you don't want to do it, stay here a little longer. If you want to skip it, you can. Now, those of you who want to, both hands on the floor, beside, close to my left foot, I'm bending the left knee and I'm sliding the right leg out. Pose dedicated to the God of War. One more breath. On the exhale, we're going to get into a sun god squat. Bring that right leg up, squat, straighten the body, arms out, fingers are open. Now here, you can go as low as you want, come up a little higher. This is really working those big muscles, the quads, the knees. Try to keep your back as straight as you can. Most people tend to lean forward a little bit, which is no big deal, as long as you're not folded in half. Sun God, 5-star, straighten the legs. Keep the arms where they are, 5-star. We're going to get to warrior one with a left lunge. On the exhale, turn your feet to the left, find your lunge, windmill, right arm all the way up. Warrior one. Pyramid from here. Exhale, straighten left leg, pyramid. Engaged on the knee, or you can go a little further down. One more breath. Mountain. Exhale, bend the knee, push yourself up slowly. Okay, that was wonderful. Guess what? We're going to do it again with this side now. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. So again, if there's some moves that you want to skip, stay in the move that you were just in and just skip it, and then you can keep going from there if that's easier for you. Now, let's do it all over again with the other side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale into your back bend. Ragdoll. Exhale, soften the knees, hinging at the hips and fold over. And just hang out. Let it go. Let gravity pull everything down. This is such a nice stretch. Again, for the shoulders, your spine, your back. This is a nice stretch to do when you're doing a lot of stuff outside, a lot of yard work and things like that. Take a little break. Mountain, come up. Reverse the blood flow so you don't get dizzy. Roll the shoulders out. All right, coming to the top of the mat, preparing for pyramid with the left leg now. All right. Big breath. Inhale. Exhale back. Now take a second. Make sure that you're nice and anchored. Back that's always on a bit of an angle. And now my right leg is nice and straight, lined up. Hips are square. I'm doing my little test. Always want to make sure you're nice and anchored and stuck to the floor. Let's go. Inhale up. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale, hinging up the hip. Fold over. Engaged pyramid. Or a little further down. Or if you want to do half and half, one hand on the knee and one on the shin, it doesn't matter. Whatever you can manage comfortably. Warrior two from here. Bend the knee, come up. Right arm to the front, windmill, left arm to the back. All right, lizard time. On the exhale, come down. Hands on the floor on the inside of the right foot. Straighten that left one, come down. Now depending on if you feel you want to put your knee on the floor for this one, absolutely. Put your knee on the floor. If that helps. Lizard. All right. Extended side angle. Turn the left foot out a little bit. V-straddle split. On the exhale, straighten the right leg. Both hands behind maybe your back of your leg. And as you go lower, slide the hands down to wherever you need to be. If you need to bend your knees whenever you do a split, bend your knees a bit. Don't worry about that. All right, pose dedicated to the God of War. If you don't want to do it, stay here a little longer. Hands on the floor close to my right foot. I'm bending my right knee for a lunge, and I'm going to slide the left one out. Sun God. Straighten, find your knee. It's a squat. Try to straighten your back if you can. Breathe. 5 star. Straighten the legs. Get a little fire in those legs. 5 star. Back up so you can see me a little bit. Slow that breath down. Slow that heart rate. All right. Warrior 1, right lunge. Turn your feet to the right. Find your lunge. Windmill left arm down. Come up. Pyramid from here. On the exhale, straighten the right leg. Engaged on the knee or all the way down. Mountain from here. Bend the knee, come up slowly. All right, lovely. Roll the shoulders out. Shake those legs out if you need to. All right, let's get ourselves onto the floor very slowly. Come all the way down. All right, so I'd like you to get right onto your back. All right, so the next stretch we're going to do is, it's just called the big toe stretch. So I want you to lay down. So let me show you this one here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to straighten the right leg. Now what I'm going to try and do is grab my big toe and bring it up and stretch it out. That's it. So you can use either hand, it doesn't matter. All right, that's it. That's all I'm doing is this. Very deep stretch for the whole leg actually. Hamstring. Now, so we're going to try it together. If you find that you can't reach your toe, even if you get your leg up and let's say just hold your leg, hold your calf, all right? And if you want to pull it back to get a little bit of a deeper stretch, if you don't want to, just bring it up and just hold your leg up. If that's easier for you, absolutely. All right, so adjust your back and shoulders, pardon me. Keep the right leg nice and straight. Let's see what we can do with the left one. Ready? Take your breath. Exhale. Relax the right arm. If you want, you can use both hands. It doesn't matter. One more breath. Exhale, slowly bend the knee. Very gently bring the leg down. Don't rush. Very slow and careful. Now let's try the other side. Straighten the left leg, adjust your back and shoulders, and see what this side does. Give it a shot, see what you can do. Ready? Take your breath, and on the exhale, I'm going to use the same hand. Beautiful stretch all back here. If it's too much, bend your knee a little bit. Doesn't matter. You're still going to get a nice stretch, but you don't have to make it super intense. And let's release. Exhale, slowly release. Very slowly. Bend the knees. All right. We're going to do a single leg stretch. So from here, I want you to stretch the left leg out again. Keep the right one bent. Adjust your back and shoulders. Make sure that you're always comfortable and anchored to the floor. On the exhale, bring up the right knee only. Give yourself a nice big hug. And let's really stretch that leg out now. This will give you a nice release for the quad, the hamstring that you just felt, into the glute, the knee, of course. Now, the tighter you bring your knee to your chest, the deeper the stretch you will get. So you can adjust the stretches that we do at the end of the class. Now, what we basically want to do is just cool the body down and release any tension in the muscles that you might have felt or might have accumulated with the different moves we made. Let's try the other side. Ready? Exhale slowly. Counter pose. Stretch the right one out, bend the left one, adjust your back and shoulders. And let's go. Exhale, bring it up. Your body will always let you know what it needs. So you don't have to overdo it. You don't have to be aggressive and force your body. Once you get into the stretch, or the position, you'll know where you need to be. Or if you have to come out of it, of course. Let's release from here. Now bend the right one. Let's do a lovely double hug. On the exhale, bring up both knees, big hug. And you can rock from side to side. Release that spine. Stretch that back out. Give yourself a lovely back massage. Rock and breathe. And when you get to the left, if you'd like to do some little circles, just to release any leftover tension maybe and loosen up that lower back a little bit more. And then we can go to the right. Close your eyes if you want. Think about how you feel right now. Feeling maybe a little calmer, a little more relaxed. Knees to center. All right. Feet on the floor. Let's do another one. Let's do a reclining bound angle pose. Feet together. If you can, let your knees fall open. And you can put your arms out wherever you want them to be. Try to relax your shoulders. This is a really nice stretch again for the inner thighs, the glutes, opening up the hips and the pelvic floor groin area. And think about how heavy your body feels right now. Just melting into the ground. One more breath. On the next exhale, let's bring those legs together. Use your hands if you need to bring them together very, very slowly. All right, we're going to do a nice little supine twist pose. So I'd like you to straighten the left leg again. Adjust your back and shoulders. Now, if you can, I'd like you to take the right foot and put it right on top of the left knee, very softly. All right, left hand, bring it all the way up on top of the right knee. Take the right arm and stretch it out shoulder height. And on the exhale, as you look over the right shoulder, gently pressing on the right knee now to the left, very gently. So this is actually a spinal twist, so working the spine a little bit more, but you get an extra stretch into the hip area, the glute. So if you feel that you want a deeper stretch, just push on your knee a little bit to the left. You'll get a little bit more of a stretch if you feel you need it, but you don't have to go very far. Now I want you to pay attention to your left leg. It should be completely relaxed. You should be able to wiggle your toes. That's how relaxed that left leg is. And your foot is very softly resting on your knee. We always want to be very aware of our knees. Very careful and gentle with them. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly release. Now let's gently counter pose. Stretch the right one out as you bend the left one. Adjust your back and shoulders. Make sure you're anchored and grounded and comfortable. And then gently put the right foot on top of the left knee. Right hand all the way on top of the left knee. Reach out with the left arm, take a breath, and on the exhale, look over the left shoulder as you gently press on the left knee to the right, to the place that feels the best for you. Even just getting into the position without going any deeper, you get that beautiful stretch. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly release. Now I want you to stretch that leg out. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, let them fall over your head. And make sure they land right on the ground. And let's stretch that body out now. I want you to stay laying down. I'm just going to come up because I have to keep looking at you, working with you guys. So if this bothers your shoulders, you can put your arms anywhere else you'd like. Now I want you just to stretch that body out. Fingertips to the tips of your toes. Make yourself nice and long and tall. And just let yourself melt into the ground. Every time you exhale, you just get heavier and heavier. Feeling peaceful, content. Finding that place of tranquility on your mat. Maybe a sanctuary. Wonderful place to be, right here on your mat. It's important for relaxation to have a tension-free body and a tension-free mind. All that energy is flowing energy, which is our life force. On the next exhale, I'd like you to bring your hands to the side of your body, palms facing the ceiling. Hands are open to receive guidance from your higher self. And let's prepare for our closing Savasana, meditation, relaxation, reflection time. However you choose to bring this into your practice today, resting comfortably in your corpse pose. So at this point, if you'd like to bend your knees for comfort, some people like to lay on their side and cuddle, but I want you to find a place on your mat where you can rest comfortably. Some people like to have a little pillow underneath their head or a blanket even, because you don't have to move anymore. No more moving, just rest. Close your eyes. But now I want you to focus on your breath. Really feel that breath. I want you to feel your chest rise as you inhale. Hold it for a couple of seconds, and then feel your chest slower or sink as you exhale. Feel that breath. The breath is calming, it's soothing, it's balancing, it's so cleansing. Just that breath. Let's take a moment to thank ourselves for our practice today, bringing our attention to the heaviness of our physical body and to the peacefulness of our mind and our soul. Return into the moment and be. When you feel that you've lost touch with yourself as a whole, use your breath to bring you back to the path of inspiration, to just being. Experience the same path that offers you opportunities to practice patience. Bow to every part of you, even your shadow side. Find the perfect balance between controlling your breath and your thoughts and letting your breath and your thoughts guide you. Meditation is a treat that you offer yourself. It's a checkup to see how you are doing by going within and feeling what is going on. Your inspirational thoughts are also your spiritual friends. Practice patience. Practice identifying the difference between your mind-created thoughts and your inspirations. And remember, meditation isn't about controlling your thoughts. It's about not letting them control you. Let's offer ourselves one moment in time to ensure that we are living in line with our truths, and let's embrace the silence in the room and in our minds. Let's go find that place within ourselves that speaks to us, where the stillness holds all the proper questions and all of our answers, our truth and our identity. Satnam. Let your mind, your body, and your soul absorb the vibrations of the bells, bringing your own energies to its appropriate frequency. Now, before you bring yourself to a seated position, let's do a gentle neck stretch while you're laying there. Your body's nice and relaxed, your shoulders are nice and loose. So let's see if we can release any leftover tension you might have on your neck, you might not even be aware of. So if you'd like, on the next exhale, I want you just to turn your head gently to the left. Releasing those little muscles. They're called scalene muscles, and it doesn't take a lot for them to be compressed. And if they're tight, that means the nerves and the blood vessels are also tight. So by releasing everything, we increase the blood flow, beautiful fresh blood flow into your brain, beautiful deep oxygenation into your brain, and helping with your memory, your decision making, and your thought process as well. One more breath. On the exhale, bring your head to neutral position slowly. And if you'd like, if you can, let's turn our head to the right on the exhale. Be very gentle with your neck, of course. You don't have to go far, just a nice little stretch. One more breath. Exhale, come to center slowly. Now I'd like you to bring yourself back into the room, back into your space. Bring life back to your body, wiggle your fingers and toes if you'd like. And when you're ready, bring yourself up very slowly. Back to our cross-legged Sukhasana position or any seated position at this point that's comfortable for you. Take your time. I know it's hard to get off the floor. Nice and slowly. All right, comfortable on your sit bones. Let's bring our hands together. Let's rub them vigorously. Activate our hand chakra. Hands onto your heart center. Close your eyes and let's take a nice long smooth breath together to tune in. Inhale. One more big breath. Shanti, Shanti, peace, peace. May love and light be with you always. Namaste. All right, we're all done. So, thank you. That was wonderful. Just what I needed, and I hope it's just what you needed too. You know, even if it's just to get out a few kinks out of your body. So thank you again. My name is Susan, and it's actually getting to the almost the end of July now. So keep going and keep moving and smiling and finding something to do that makes you happy, whatever it is. All right, get outside and go out and play. So thanks again for joining me. If you want to stay tuned, we're going to be doing a nice little Pilates class shortly. and also a beautiful chair yoga. So that's what I got for today. So take it easy and be good to yourself, and we'll see you soon.